All right, guys, welcome back to this week. Last week we talked about signs that you are giving away your power, and I told you that I will give you tips this week on how to take your power back. So, of course, we're going to start with the one that I keep talking about, and it's the most important one, and that is boundaries, okay? Setting your boundaries. So many people grow up and we have no clue what this is even about. Like, what are boundaries? Okay, so that's where I can help you with that and get you to start raising your awareness to places, people, and things around you that you might have to put walls up and say, nope, I'm not going to allow that, or I shouldn't go there, or this isn't, this isn't for my frequency. This isn't what I want in my life. There's a lot of those things that you might be unaware of. So something that we can go through and check, check what's going on in your life and what we can work on together. So, okay, when you set your boundaries, okay, this is the one that I love. This is my favorite. When you set boundaries, be ready to hear that oh my goodness, I don't like the person that you're becoming well, of course, because that person doesn't like that they can't manipulate you and they can't use the same tactics and stuff that they were using on you before. Now you have an awareness to it and now you've changed, right? So that's my favorite. Kudos, but don't apologize, okay? Because this is the new you and this is going to help empower you and you're not going to allow that anymore. So it's not you, it's they cannot handle that. So next one is establish your values, okay? So what are you going to accept into your reality and why? So there are all these things that go on and you have to check yourself and say, maybe this is happening in my life. I'm being vague with it because, everybody's situation is very different. So ask yourself, like, what do I believe? What do I believe? What are my values? This stems from when you grow up. Maybe you grew up and you were taught certain values in your home. So do you still have them? How do you go back and figure out, do I still have the same ones or have they changed? So go over that, okay? Number 3 is accept your life for what it is right now. We are not, any of us, exactly where we want to be in our life. Now, if you are, awesome, but we're always a constant work in progress. And the more that you can accept that and say, you're right, if there is something that you're not liking, then be willing to change. Be willing to say, I accept what is, but I'm also going to work on changing it. And then you become more in a flow state of allowance and acceptance. So number 4, we're going to get into watch your self-talk. Now, this, unfortunately, I hear little girls talk about themselves and I just gasp like, oh my gosh, honey, you're beautiful. Like, what are you talking about? So, growing up, you might have heard your parents talk down about themselves, okay? Growing up, you might hear your friends talk bad about themselves, and then this can end up becoming what you do, and you don't think there's anything wrong with it. You might actually joke around and say things that, disempower you, even joking. I don't look a certain way, or I should look this way, or no, I'm not good at that. Well, if you say these things, that your subconscious then grips onto it and you start believing it. So don't believe it. Another one I want to talk about is people around you. Listen to what they're saying. If people are telling you, you're never gonna make it, you're this, then you know what? Let me tell you something. They are afraid of your success. They are afraid of what you can put out there. They are afraid because maybe they haven't found their own success or their own path. So people are going to try to disempower you and latch that onto you. So be strong mentally, okay? Strength does not start in the gym. It starts in the mind. So whatever you can feed your mind to get your body then listening to, you just start becoming so much stronger and you empower yourself, not disempower yourself, okay? So leads me to the last one, number 6, is commitment and accountability. When you start committing okay, to something better, a higher purpose, just wanting to be empowered yourself, you start feeling better. You start feeling less restless. You start feeling at peace and more present in your life, and you become so much happier. Happiness is not created from external things. It is an inside job that we have to try to work on every single day. If you are not happy, it doesn't matter what comes into your life, it will never make you happy. And then you can't realize that unless you have the self-awareness that maybe it's me that's not happy. It's not the external, it's inside. So start committing and being accountable and making your life better, and to take that power back and say, I can and I will start today. Okay? So these are just some things. I will continue to put some stuff out there for you guys, but that's what I wanted to give you today, and I really hope that that helps. Just check your corners. I always say that. So I love you guys. Check out my website, www.christinawalsh.net, and I love you guys. Take care and stay strong, all right?